Good morning, everybody. Mark Finan here in the home weather office on this Monday morning. It's now the 17th day of November, 2025, and this is the morning briefing. Had some pretty good rain last night. Still have clouds and some showers out there. May even see some thunderstorms this afternoon. I'll get to all of that in just a second. But first, I don't do this very often, but I want to thank you. I want to thank everybody that has watched any of these videos. As of today, this channel will get up to 2 million views. It's 2 million views over the lifetime of this channel. And thank you very much. We're approaching 19,000 subscribers. So yeah, I just want to say thank you. I see these numbers sometimes on YouTube and it's like, wow, I appreciate everybody watching. And I hope it helps. All right, let's get to what is happening today. Outside the window from the home weather office, we do have overcast, not raining at the moment. And as you can see, the trees aren't moving. Got kind of windy overnight. You've probably heard that as well, but the wind has died down. Wind won't be an issue for the rest of the day. But again, we may see a couple of thunderstorms pop up. I'll get to all of that here in a second. As we go to the radar, and now I'm recording this a little after 8 o'clock in the morning, and here is the main band of rain. By the time you're watching this, of course, it'll look a little bit different. But if you look at this line here, let me zoom in on this a little bit. You'll notice this is the line that goes through, and it's interesting to see the different little waves that go along that line. And this is what you may have heard going over your house in the middle of the night or very early morning. Some really heavy downpours. This little guy here looks pretty interesting too, that went over Galt. I just noticed that. Let's stop that. Yeah, this little cell right here. That's some pretty heavy rain, as well as this rain that's going through the Roseville area right now. And again, I'll point out that this is the wind turbines, the windmills that are down west of Rio Vista. So that's not really rain. And this is a little bit of ground clutter here. But like I said, we'll probably see some thunderstorms develop, or at least some heavier showers pop up once again this afternoon. Let's go to the satellite. Let's go to that. Beautiful. Here's the cold front, as you just saw on the radar. So that's where you have the heavier rain. And you notice behind it, there is some clearing. And this line is a cold front. So out ahead of it, you have warmer air. Behind it, you have colder air. And that's a nice signature of colder air here on the satellite. So colder air coming in, a little bit of sunshine. And that means that we will be seeing the chance of some convective showers or maybe thunderstorms this afternoon. So how have we done so far with this? Well, as it went through, this is just over the last 12 hours. And again, this is from the California Nevada River Forecast Center. And when you come down to observe precipitation, you can go to just whatever time frame you want, what the most recent hour, 12 hours. So I'm just going to take the last 12 hours because that'll just isolate this cold front. And as it went through Sacramento County, delivered about a half to 3/4 of an inch of rain. For Modesto, only about 1/4 of an inch of rain into the Bay Area. Some of the mountainous areas saw quite a bit more, but lower elevations generally saw about a half to 3/4 of an inch of rain. And these totals in the foothills will be low because, of course, this is where it is still raining right now. But places like Pollock Pines will probably end up with 3/4 of an inch to an inch of rain. And then farther up the hill, it is snowing. Yep. So let's go to the Caltrans map. Got a couple of things on here. So this is Interstate 80, and you see this little symbol right here. This is where the chain controls are. We do not have looks like there's chain controls here right up on Echo Summit. That doesn't make sense because usually it's down near Twin Bridges. And then chain controls on Highway 88, as well as on Highway 4 and on 108. But unfortunately, boy, I wish we had cameras in this part of Highway 88. It'd be great. But at least Caltrans cameras. So let's go to show you what it looks like at Donner Summit. Looks nice and snowy, although the road doesn't look like it's in too bad a shape, but it is nice to finally get some snow here. And if you go over here to North Star 267, you can see that down toward lake level, we aren't seeing any snow, and we can even go down to lake level itself. Down at Dollar Point, there's the roads are just just wet here. And then on Highway 50 at Twin Bridges, this is the chain control point here. But as you can see, there's nothing in the way of snow there. You go up to Phillips. This is the entrance to Sierra at Tahoe. And that's where you start to get into the snow. So the snow level's up above 6,000 feet this morning. And we'll see some nice snow over the next couple of hours. All right, so what's going to happen through the rest of the day? And you know what else I'm going to do? Today's Monday. Is Thanksgiving next week? Yeah, Thanksgiving's next week. So in every one of these for the next, week and a half, I'll look all the way out to Thanksgiving, just because I know there's people want to know about that. But even though it's still out there in fantasy land, I'll do that. But we'll start short term. So this is the way the HRRR shows what's happening right now. Showers likely to linger over the west slope with snow levels maybe dropping a little bit. We'll probably have chain controls in the same areas into the afternoon. And then these are the little convective showers that we were talking about. Here's the cold front going into Southern California. This is 4 o'clock this afternoon, so rain in Los Angeles again by then. The core of the coldest air stays a little bit more off the coast today, but there will be colder air coming in. But without it getting over the Sierra, we might not see the best activity, and also not great orographics with this either. Showers continue to dissipate as we head into the evening, and by tomorrow morning, areas, let's say, north of Stanislaus County are likely going to be dry as the low shifts to the south. And then Northern California stays dry into the day on Wednesday. Let's back up and zoom in a little bit. Let's back up to this afternoon around 4 o'clock. And we're just going to zoom into Northern California and get a better idea of these little convective showers. This model yesterday had them a little bit farther north. Today it looks like with that coldest air staying a little bit more off the coast, maybe the better chance of thunderstorms today maybe over San Joaquin and Stanislaus County and Merced County. We'll see. Either way, just look for some pop-up showers this afternoon. And these may even contain some small hail if you get something like that. But you don't depend on this model to show you exactly where these things are going to be. And as a matter of fact, let's go ahead and take a look at the NAM, the high-resolution NAM, and see how that resolves this. Yeah, the high-resolution NAM doesn't even like thunderstorms this afternoon. Maybe some scattered showers, but it's not showing anything in the way of thunderstorms. So yeah, maybe thunderstorms, but probably more like just like some what we would call convective showers. In other words, you get enough lifting going on just because of the colder air coming in to drop some showers, but maybe not with the thunder and lightning. All right, let's zoom back out and go farther out in time. And for that, we'll go out to the NAM. So that shows that system sinking to the south. Wednesday, we are dry. This is Wednesday night. This is Thursday. Our next chance of showers. This is Thursday morning at 4 a.m. A little bit of rain. But this is going to be another one of those cutoff lows that stays off the coast and swings to the south. So while we'll include the chance of some showers on Thursday, especially Thursday morning, it doesn't look like anything like what we saw today. Today we saw 3/4 of an inch of rain. This, if this model is true, would be something like 1/10 of an inch of rain, something like that, because the best dynamics of this will stay off the coast. So let's go farther out in time. Let's go to the GFS. I think the GFS looks similar. Let's see. Does this? Oh, good. We have the GFS is just coming in. This is a little bit different. So again, this is going to be another one of these cutoff lows that is going to be difficult to track. But the GFS wants to bring it a little bit closer to the coast. And then into the day on Friday, a chance of rain in Southern California. The weekend, is dry in Northern California. And then there's this passing weather system, doesn't do much for us. Let's go back to the 6Z run. And we'll go out to Thanksgiving. This is Tuesday of Thanksgiving week, Wednesday, and then Thursday. This does want to bring in something on Friday, but that's out in fantasy land. Right now, the models have been pretty consistent at keeping the middle part of next week dry and mild. But like I said, that's out there in fantasy land, and we'll see how that develops over the next couple of days. But because I know that's an area of high concern, I'll just keep showing it, but also just kind of keep in mind that, that can change because it's so far out there. But you like to see the consistency in the models, and I haven't seen anything that has brought us even a chance of rain next Wednesday or Thursday. And maybe just that passing thing on Friday. Who knows? We'll see. So that's everything I have for you on this Monday morning. The steadiest rain has now moved past the valley, although there will be pop-up showers through the rest of the afternoon. And then we're dry until Thursday, but it looks like Thursday right now. I think that thing is going to stay off the coast. We'll maybe see some showers on Thursday morning, but if you have outdoor plans Thursday right now, at this point anyway, I wouldn't cancel them. And if you work outdoors, I think it's going to be the kind of rain that maybe you can work around. So that's everything I have for you on this Monday morning. Make it a great day. I'll talk with you later.